Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stop right there. This channel is not intended for kids under the age of 13. So if you're under the age of 13, please leave.
Hey everybody, Arthur here with another Build-A-Figure review, and today, as you can see in this pile of pieces, we got ourselves Venompool, and I'm super stoked to actually be putting this guy together. I know I'm late to the party, but I'm glad that I have this Build-A-Figure. As you can see, he does come with a pair of grippy fist hands, but let's go ahead and start putting them together. And I like to start with the legs because they're the worst to be getting on. See, I say that, and that one sort of popped on with ease. Let's try this one. There we go. Got the little pouches. Pouches everywhere in this. Let's go ahead and get this giant, like, look at that. Giant monstrous arms. Uh-oh, it's sort of... Make sure this arm doesn't want to pop out again. Got to make sure that stuff clicks. There, that one clicked. Looking great. Then we got it's like this figure's tiny. Tiny. Wow. This figure's huge. We got this tiny little head popping on there, looking awesome. And then the swords, for looking at the back, should just sort of clip in, but I might need to go underneath, sort of give it some love up here. We got the swords all attached. Can we take a moment to appreciate the size of this figure? He is such a massive hulking figure, as Venompool should be. I don't know if any of you played Marvel's Contest of Champions. The game is addicting and it's fun. But Venompool was one of the characters that was introduced in this design. And he was awesome to play as. He was sort of goofy and funny, as he should be because he's Deadpool. But then he was also a symbiotic beast like Venom. So it's a great combination and it looks beautiful. Here we have an up-close look at Venompool, and the head sculpt is phenomenal. The maroon red color has a texture throughout. He's got the black around the eyes. He has that sort of Deadpool looking face, but it's also Venom as well. The black has a bunch of sculpted in wrinkles for the eyebrows, sculpted in staples or painted silver. The teeth look great. Except down here it looks all sloppy, but I can guess let it pass as like saliva or something. But the tongue is sculpted nicely. The figure overall is massive and hulking, and tons of sculpted in detail that you can see throughout. You see that texture continues with this figure. Then the black part's actually smooth. Got the silver for the staples and everything. It's pretty awesome. I mean, they outdid it with this one. The straps are just brown, but they actually painted the buckle on the front and the buckle on the back that the sheath clips onto. Deadpool logo there, a bunch of pouches, more staples, vein work, texture. We got a loose sort of floating, it's not super loose, but a separate piece like handcuffs with a chain link on it. Then we got the same over here. The detail in the hands look awesome. Big old claws. Wish the claws were actually painted black or something like that. But awesome texture and vein work. They killed this figure. This is a amazing Build-A-Figure. I mean, it's continuous throughout. You got the little broken chain shackles at the bottom. He's got his little black feet, black soles on them. Amazing. Then we got the actual wraps for the swords, and the swords look awesome. One thing I do notice that they missed, and it's just one little thing that they missed on this figure. All those little spots should be black, but they left them red. closer look at Venompool's Katana. The handles are black with nice sculpted in wrappings. The bottom of the sword, like the handguard, and everything looks really good. The blade now has a bunch of texture and it looks all beat up and worn. And you could really make that pop by adding like a black wash or a brown wash, just very lightly on there, very diluted, just to fill like the crevices and stuff, and it'll make that damage pop on this sword because you can see it with like how the light hits it and stuff. A very, very awesome katana, and we get a pair of these. Diving into articulation, his head's on a disc ball joint, so he can look down that far, and then he can look up, like, whoops, his head popped off. So his head can look up that far. So that much motion down, that much motion up, perfect. And it looks good even underneath. Head can look left and right, can do a full 360 technically. And a little bit of attitude, not a lot though. These bulbous arms can go up that far. Full 360 out of them. We get bicep swivel. We get a single jointed elbow right here. So it's single jointed, doesn't pivot or anything, just single jointed, but it gets a good range of motion. Rotation in the wrist, and of course you're going to get bending in the wrist as well. So not too bad. I wish there was a little bit of pivoting in elbow, but not bad. He does have ab crunch. His ab crunch, even with the swords, can go that far forward, and then it can really fiddle. There we go. And he can go back that far. So you really have to just sort of, because his belt and stuff wants to get in the way, you sort of have to get him to move outside of the belt. But the belt is loose enough that it moves around, doesn't really get in the way too much, but just don't hold on to the belt when you're trying to do the ab thing, or else it's going to be a little bit of trouble because it shifts around. His legs can do the splits as far, thigh cuts where I attached them. He can kick up that far, so you can get a Spartan kick. Double jointed knees. Ankle pivots. And of course you're going to have the ankle bend in there as well. So a good amount of articulation out of a monstrous looking figure. This figure's articulation allows him to get into a nice running pose, like he's coming at you with those swords in hand, and it balances very, very well. The dude's huge. The belts can be shifted down. This sticks up a little bit, and that's because his thigh comes up and hits those pouches, but I mean, you could see, get him into a good pose. He's wanting to topple a little bit. Let's see. Hit that little sweet spot there. I can always appreciate a character that has swords that his arms are allowed to go back to look like he's drawing his swords from the sheaths that's on his back. Now, are they accurate to where the sheaths are? Not really, because I sort of rigged them up like this. And either way, if you're doing photos and stuff or displaying them this way, no one's going to really know. Now for some size comparison, we got the Venom movie figure from the Venompool Build-A-Figure wave, obviously. And then we got the Juggernaut wave, Deadpool, and the Amazon exclusive Deadpool. Just giving you a mix of sizes and just how hulking this Build-A-Figure is. This figure is tall and pretty massive, and it's still shorter than the Build-A-Figure. And all these figures, honestly, all together right now look amazing. They're amazing figures. And I'm just stoked on how awesome this Venompool figure is. This has to be one of my all-time favorite Build-A-Figures that I own. It's definitely up in the top. This figure is awesome. Tons of texture. Articulation is great. The accessories are fantastic. And plus, I mean, I have a soft spot for Venom. I love Venom figures. But it's awesome the fact that the movie Venom could hold and suspend Pizza Spidey by his throat. And then I have him up here holding on to the Rider's Punisher by his arm and leg, and it looks freaking badass. I mean, this this is awesome. There's nothing here. There's no illusion. He's suspended and up in the air and being held by this massive Build-A-Figure. I mean, I would hope that the joints would be able to hold on to something like this. And it's freaking phenomenal. It is a awesome, awesome Build-A-Figure. I love it. And I'm glad that I have it put together and ready to be put on in a DTOF or something and on display, because it definitely deserves to be on display. This figure is phenomenal. And that sums up my Venompool Build-A-Figure review. If you guys like what you saw, hit that thumbs up. New to my channel, hit that subscribe button. It's the red button. I know it may seem stupid to you guys, but it's definitely important to me, so hit that subscribe button. And if you want, hit the silver bell notification so you stay in the know when I'm putting up a new video. Make sure you guys check out Toyco Toys and Collectibles. The website is down below, full of collectibles and figures and imports. If you see something you like, use the promo code down below to get free shipping on anything off the website. And there is a Toyco pre-order group on Facebook that you can join in for free and just see what is coming out. Stay in the know when it comes to collectibles, especially a lot of the imports, so you don't have to pay on secondary market and pay double, sometimes triple or more. Just join the Facebook group, check it out, and if you see something come along, you can say, hey, I want to pre-order it. If not, it at least allows you to know what's coming out. And I want you guys to have the best luck hunting. Keep on collecting and have a beautiful day.